new weather video. Your host Ivan Kamaz. I do want to give you an update on 314 storms, as yes, those were significant, and I want to show you the final summary that our National Weather Service released from that day, as well as talking about what's ahead, which is nothing like what we dealt with on that day. So let's get started, showing you that summary for March 14, 2025, and as you can see, 12 tornadoes were spotted and, of course, discovered across our region. Our National Weather Service worked hard to figure out what happened on that day, and as you can see, there were a lot of tornadoes, particularly a lot of EF2s around the St. Louis metro, one down south in Perryville, an EF2 down there, and even stronger tornadoes down south in parts of Reynolds and Iron County. So yes, March 14th was significant, and you can see photos of damage that spanned from Villa Ridge, Hazelwood, and even down in Des Arc, where we saw that stronger tornado that had more moisture to work with. So let's go a little bit deeper into this final recap summary of March 14th, as this was one of the tornadoes that got very close to my area, the EF2 that went through Bridgeton, Hazelwood, and even all the way to West Alton. This was called a long track tornado, and it even grew in width a little bit as it moved towards the West Alton area. So as you can see, lots of damage to people's businesses as well as numerous trees down. So this did impact a lot of areas, especially near my neighborhood. Luckily, we were okay on this day. And this is the reason why this photo I took on March 15th of this house that was damaged by a tornado is why I can say it was a tornado, because as you can see, part of the house was damaged by it. I showed you this in my last video, so this shows you I do think that was a tornado, and you can see our National Weather Service has verified it was an EF2 tornado, and the worst damage was found in Bridgeton, Missouri. An even stronger tornado down south in parts of Des Arc, parts of Reynolds and Iron County. You can see the path it took. Homes that were almost completely destroyed is what the National Weather Service said in this summary. As you can see, estimated peak winds of 155 miles per hour. That's some severe damage. And when we talk about EF, when we say EF3, we mean Enhanced Vegeta Scale, which is all the information you need to classify it as an EF3. It used to be called F3 or F or for Vegeta. Now we call it EF for Enhanced Vegeta. So if you didn't know what I meant by EF, that is what we mean by that. So definitely March 15th and March 14th, I should say, getting into the 15th is going in the record books. Here is a loop of those storms. You can see the stronger long track tornadoes down south. These storms on this day had more moisture to work with, even eventually getting to Perryville, Missouri, where they dealt with an EF2 tornado. And then as this loops again, you're going to notice the multiple tornado warnings we had on March 14th across the St. Louis area. You notice reds and even more higher end tornado warnings issued in parts of St. Louis County, where we got even our PDS tornado warning for St. Louis County. Those are higher end tornado warnings, so definitely don't see that often across our area. And of course, this reminds me of 2013, even 2011 for some people, especially in the Bridgeton area, that dealt with an EF4 tornado back on April 22nd, 2011. So this brings back all kinds of memories. However you put it, this definitely is going in the record books. Again, this was March 14th, nothing coming our way for the end of the month. And looking at March 14th, this was caused by a strong low pressure system, the reason why we had this severe weather outbreak, and was classified as the most active outbreak for the St. Louis area on record. And when our National Weather Service uses those words, it just shows you the kind of environment we were in. We kind of had all our ingredients, and on March 14th there were questions on if we will have enough moisture and instability. As that front moved in, though, we had enough moisture and instability to work with, especially down south, where we found those stronger long track tornadoes across Iron and Reynolds County. So definitely going in the record book for sure. And this is why we give you these reminders on why you need to have a NOAA weather radio. Replace the batteries on them because alerts come immediately. I know I say others your phone because yes, that is a resource, but what happens if your phone dies? So definitely, trust me, these NOAA weather radios, they were with me and my family when we lost power. You definitely want to get one as well. And if you have a NOAA weather radio and you haven't replaced the batteries on them, highly recommend it. Because anytime we talk about tornadoes, the fatalities are always slightly lower than they could have been because of the NOAA Weather Radio. So get yourself a NOAA Weather Radio from Midland, USA to keep your family safe during the 2025 severe weather season. But now, let's talk about what's ahead, which is our temperature trends. And if you're a spring lover, you're going to like this, especially getting into at least the early part of April. As finishing off the month of March, we have above average temperatures being favored over a good portion of the U.S. Even in our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, you can see above average temperatures being favored. So if you're a fan of spring, you definitely like this forecast that I'm presenting. Of course, the Climate Prediction Center continues to update this, so check back for updates. But now, finalizing our video today, you definitely want to download Twitter or X, or even follow me on Instagram or Threads for my weather updates. The link is down in the description for my X page. That's where I have my biggest audience. Follow me on there for updates, especially anytime we talk about severe weather this year. I want to go over my 2025 severe weather plan that I did make, and it's all about keeping you safe and making sure you're not too scared but prepared instead. So definitely follow me on there. Again, the link will be down in the description, whether we're talking about winter weather or whether we're talking about severe weather, which we're transitioning into that period. I'll have all the information you do need to know. But until then, I will see you over on X, Instagram, or Threads, wherever you follow me, for my outdoor weather report.